challenge feels harder today than it did on day 1, I want you to hear this. By day 10, the excitement has worn off and maybe the motivation is not sky high. And this is usually where people think they're falling off the wagon. But actually, this is where real change happens if you keep going. In week 1, motivation carries you. In week 2, your brain starts asking for familiarity again, old habits, quick rewards, convenience. So this week, we lean into meals that work with your body, not against it. Today, I'm making a simple stir-fried chicken dish because it ticks all the boxes for blood sugar balance. Just protein, vegetables, and carbs. Let's get going. I've prepped everything ahead of time, so it's much easier for me to show you how I'm making this dish. Just a few simple ingredients thrown together for a lovely, balanced, nutritious meal. I've marinated the chicken in some soy sauce, some oyster sauce, and a little bit of black pepper. This protein is going to help slow down digestion and keep you fuller for longer, but also keep your blood sugars more balanced, so you're not going to be craving soon afterwards. Chicken's cooked, now I'm going to carry on with the vegetables. A little bit more oil, and I'll start off with the onions. And then we'll add the garlic, and then the carrots and the mushrooms. Of course, adding vegetables adds fibre. And when you add fibre, you're going to help with digestion and you're also going to help slow down the blood sugar release. Adding vegetables also adds colour, which also boosts the nutritive value of your meal. Finally, the cabbage. Now that the vegetables have started to cook, it's time to add the noodles. I'm using buckwheat noodles. So buckwheat noodles are also known as soba noodles. These are higher in protein than wheat noodles. And despite having wheat in the name, buckwheat is actually gluten-free. Now, to add more flavour, there's a little mixture here, and I'll put the recipe up at the end of this video on the screen. So I'm going to add that to the vegetables and the noodles, and that's really going to boost the flavour. For a bit of extra moisture, some bone broth. Looking lovely and vibrant, very easy, very quick, and also fun to eat. Now, noodles are adding the carb element to this meal. So if you're worried about carbs and you think carbs are a problem, carbs themselves are not the problem. If you pair them with protein and fibre, the sugars in the carbs will be released more slowly, and it makes eating carbs much more beneficial. Noodles are ready. Simply going to pop those back in with all the lovely juices and toss those in. And for a final pop of colour, I've cut the greens of some spring onions. I'm going to throw those in and keep these for a garnish. This is the kind of meal that prevents energy crashes, reduces cravings later, and keeps you satisfied. You're far less likely to feel low, and that's going to help you keep motivated. So if today feels slower, you're just moving from consistency with your healthy habits, and it is consistency that will bring the long-term health benefits. This is the May way, simple, practical, and achievable.